WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, let's do it, Jarom, Tanner, and Nolly.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast, a part of the Hockey Podcast Network, presented by DraftKings and Breakcon. It is Jarom, it is Tanner. What's up, bud?
Hey, doing all right. It's been a weird one this week.
It has been a weird week. It feels like it's been 2 weeks since we've talked because there's just some ridiculous news out there. A lot has actually gone down this week between games and injuries and quote unquote new scandals surrounding the Blackhawks. NHL, you got Ovi talking about Ovi's not feeling the love anymore now that the new shiny toys
Ovi's
have
talking
come into
shit.
league. Yeah. So there's been a lot to talk about. Let's just kick it off real quick, I guess, with the big elephant in the room is the Corey Perry situation in Chicago. It's not, but like, let's be living on a rock.
It is, but is it?
It is there what elephant in the room?
No, I'm just saying, like, is it a big deal or is it not? Like, is it like a situation? Is it something? Is it not something?
It's becoming
It's
a
weird.
bigger. It's weird.
Yeah, I think it's being blown out of the proportion. Yeah. Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
And to be fair, this is a situation of, the Blackhawks have kind of lost the trust and the benefit of the doubt regarding off-ice situations, especially with them being, hush-hush about everything. I guess I'll ask that after we talk about it a little bit. So Tuesday, Corey Perry practicing with the Blackhawks. He's been a huge part of this team's offense. He was practicing with PP Unit 1. Post practice, him and Bedard are working on one-timers. Bedard's feeding them. Come Wednesday, he doesn't dress. He's a healthy scratch, and it is deemed as a organizational decision.
Yep.
So that makes you think typically what that is you're holding a player up because you're looking to move him. And
he was late to something, and then they're like,
late,
you're not playing tonight.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say the rumor.
Oh, no.
So no. Wednesday, so Tuesday's game or Wednesday night games happen. Whatever, it's over. Then Thursday, I don't know if there was ever an answer if it was an optional or mandatory skate.
Usually it is optional.
But it seemed like everybody was there.
Mrazek not there?
Mrazek and Perry were the only ones not there. And the reason why I'm not sure, 100% sure, is because Chicago media made a big deal about Perry not being there. They made a deal about Mrazek not being there, but Mrazek just fucking shit a giant goose egg.
It's not on him completely.
We'll
there was a lot of
we'll talk about it.
A lot of luck.
So then that's Thanksgiving. Friday or Saturday when Kyle Davison talked to the media, because now my days are just blending together.
I don't even know when he talked to the media.
So he talked to the media, I believe. I want to say it's Friday.
Before Toronto or after Toronto?
I'm not sure. It might have been Saturday because I don't know if there was a game going on. Anyway, he talks to the media. He says that Corey Perry will be away from the team for the foreseeable future and that it was the team's Saturday. So it was the team's decision.
Yeah.
Not only a half an hour later, Corey Perry's agent comes out and says that Corey Perry is stepping away for a personal matter and is his decision.
Yeah.
So right there, that's thrown some more flags. Like what is going on? What's the situation? This is very strange. And it's all the players are being mum about it. I mean, Foligno talked about like, oh yeah, you talk about the Corey Perry situation with the young guys, and you take this as a teachable moment to learn, how to handle situations like that. So you're like, okay, what the hell did Corey Perry do? And then Bedard talks about how he wishes he was there. They don't know the full details, but it sucks not having him around because he's been such a big part of this team.
Yep.
So now there's still very mum. There's no details going on.
Mysterious.
It's so mysterious. And of course, the Blackhawks, you're going to think worst case scenario, given the history of the last couple of years and everything they're going through with the Kyle Beach situation and now the second lawsuit. I'm not saying it's something to that level, but it's like people are going to question, oh, why are the Blackhawks not talking about stuff? Why are they not, giving information
after
out?
everything that they've already covered up? Like, here goes
And
another one. It's like,
and they talked about being more transparent with everybody about the ins and outs of what's going on in the organization. Valid point.
But when it comes to privacy matters of a player, it's one of those things that I think, in my mind, they probably asked him to step away because they knew something was going on with him, which he didn't want to step away to handle because he probably was escaping at the rink.
Yeah.
And so they were like, hey, like, you need to take care of this. This is probably something that's very important in your life. And so they told him, like, hey, like, you're gonna take some time away. And in order to like make sure that he has privacy, the organization said it's our decision. We've chosen to not have him with us so that they get questioned nonstop. Like, and nobody's going after Corey Perry, be like, hey, what the fuck did you do? Like, what's going on? Like, why are you away? I don't know. And then like the thing too with them not answering any questions, just saying they can't comment on it. I saw it on Reddit. I think somebody had mentioned it's like, if they start to say no, it's not that to a bunch of things, people will just keep asking questions, coming up with guesses until one time you just go, well, I can't comment on that. And it's like, obviously that's what it is. So if you just say you can't comment on it for everything, people are going to just assume whatever the fuck they want to assume, but they're not going to have any clue.
Which people are assuming some ridiculous things right now.
Yeah.
It was kind of half joked about, and then for somehow it got legs and just was taken off, that Corey Perry hooked up with a member of a team member's mom during the mom trip. Funny joke, haha, whatever. Then all of a sudden there's a screenshot going around that somebody found out that it was Bedard's mom, that Corey Perry had a relationship, and I don't even want to know what they call
a relationship.
I don't know. I don't even know what
it's called. An affair.
An affair. Fine, an affair with. And he found this out secondhand through somebody through TSN. So now it's like you have these ridiculous rumors going around, and it's like now you're bringing Connor Bedard into this situation.
Yeah. And everybody, because it's such an age of instant information, everybody's like wants to know. And so like the amount of people that are just going to jump at the opportunity to be like, I found out like this happened is just like, because people are just shit like that. Like it's going to be like rumors being spread nonstop. And it's so stupid. So fucking stupid.
And now it's like, even if that's not true, which it seems like it 100% seems like it's not. Charlie Ramotis, right? That's how you say his name.
Romeliotis, yeah.
Romeliotis came out and said that it's 100% false. There's no truth to this rumor. Carry on. It's like
why would a TSN employee even know? Like that doesn't make sense. He's not part of the organization.
But now you're also like, now you're fucking with Bedard. You're fucking with Bedard's family.
Yeah.
Like it's just all this shit.
I'm gonna go find his mom on Instagram real quick and ask her.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is going, like why do you need to take it to that point? It's like, what?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just like,
yeah,
maybe I'll just contact her on Instagram.
Yeah, it's like, I know.
Hey,
it's heard. Like, yeah,
I heard you like blondes that played hockey. Like,
and it's like, I 100%
as brothers.
Yeah, I 100% am guilty of wanting to know what happened. Like in our group chat, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on?
Well, because the mystery of it, when we're like, this is such a non-issue. Like, why is this getting blown up? And then it's like getting more and more blown up, and we're like, all right, cool. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
yeah, there was an example of a situation kind of like this in the NBA. I can't remember the player's first name. His last name's Wiggins. And
Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins. So apparently he stepped away from the team, and the rumor was going around that his wife was sleeping around on him, and that his kids weren't actually his kids. And then it turned out his dad was very sick and ended up passing, and that's why
Oh yeah.
he was away. And it's like shit like that. It's like you're gonna sit
Oh
there
yeah.
and go off on that kind of stuff, and it's just
That's why I'm really hoping it's not something like very serious going on in his family that he like needs that's like that, you know, like if it's a family member that's like on their way out,
yeah.
had this last shift.
Was it the same thing kind of like with Tuukka Rask? He left the bubble and people were wondering like what the hell, and it was his daughter was sick.
Yeah.
It's
They're
like
like and the fans were like, how could you fucking do this? Our team is screwed. You're
yeah.
like, wow, okay, like not fucking worth it.
I guess the moral of the story is bigger things than hockey, and hopefully this ends up working out and everything that whatever Corey is dealing with ends up being not as big of an issue as it seems, and that he just has got to get his stuff in order and figured out, and hopefully he's back sooner than later, because I've enjoyed watching around this team and it's been an absolute blast. And anybody who has got extra time to be like making up shit and running like that just because it's the Blackhawks, like fuck off. Honestly. Like I guess I was gonna ask this before it all started. If this was happening on any other team in the league, is it this big of a story?
I doubt it. I think with the way the rumors just kind of swirled its way into like this tornado of just a mess. Like that's what it is. I don't know. If they were it's also people want to blow it up because like the Hawks aren't talking about it, and then now that goes back to like them covering other things up, and they're like, oh, what else are they going to cover up? And then it's like, well, they're just going to end up with another first overall pick, and it's like, yeah, we are, but like that's not the reason.
Because we suck.
We're fucking 31st in the league. Like,
Chances are we're getting top 3 this year, so get
yeah,
used to it. But yeah, it's gonna be really fucking stupid when it comes out and it's like a family member passed or something happened to somebody's family, and then you're
yeah.
talking about
Somebody
him.
was sick, like really sick, and like wanted to be, or he wanted to, I don't know, not see them that way, and they're like, you should actually, be there for that.
Yeah, there was a tweet I saw that I wish I saved just because it was somebody that knows, that was like, I'm friends with Corey Perry. He is like the biggest family man. Like
Yeah, that's the thing. It's been
and
on every shift on the Chicago Blackhawks like YouTube channel. Like they followed, like Foligno was a big like part of the last one, but I remember seeing scenes of like Corey Perry being at home too, and like he's very like much a family guy. Like
yeah,
it wouldn't make any sense.
so unless he's having a severe and a career crisis and
Yeah, he's
is
38. He's not like in his 20s, like, yeah, dude, let's just fuck
yeah,
moms and like clap bombs, bang bombs. Like, that's not what's happening.
was he
Watch
pointing
it
at?
come out like later this week that it's all true, and we're just gonna be like,
Well, that sucks.
well, I guess we were fooled.
What if he was pointing at Bedard's mom after he scored that goal in Toronto?
And then he just did a little finger waggle.
All right, moving on. So,
Like, I saw you checking me out when we were in Montreal.
how are you now? Couple other things that was announced on Thursday, roster wise. Taylor Hall is going to be done for the season with
Yeah,
an
son of a bitch.
ACL surgery. So in his first year as a Chicago Blackhawk, 10 games, 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists. I don't know why I expected anything else.
I mean, I thought he wasn't gonna only play 10 games. Like, it sucks. We have a better chance of getting first overall, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Celebrini, baby.
hey, let's go. We can acquire more cap like at the deadline because that's 6 million, right? Like,
Yeah. Anthony got put on the IR for a groin injury, retroactive to November 9th, I believe was the date. So I don't know when he's going to be eligible to return. Also speaking to media Saturday, Kyle Davison said that the team is not looking from outside sources to address the offense to try to fill in spots for those two guys. He says it's just too many moving pieces. It'd be too hard to bring somebody in from another team. And to that, I say, well, there's a guy sitting at home who could come in and help out and give us a lot of offense. And I think you know who I'm going to say.
Yeah, we just opened up $6 million in cap space, basically. Like, worth it. A lot of hot dogs.
Hot dogs for Phil, the Thrill, the Holy Mackinac. Amen.
Let's go. If we can get a Thrill jersey, that's a Blackhawks jersey.
Even if it's one game, come on.
It's going to be the one. It would be the one season where we can have Corey Perry and Phil the Thrill, and be like, this team is looking good in 2011.
Hey, Phil Kessel's a 3-time Stanley Cup champion.
That's true.
Put some respect on his name.
Does the Taylor Hall first overall coincidence apply if he's injured?
Yeah, I mean he's still on the team.
Okay, perfect. I forgot that we have that power with us now too.
Yeah, so that's what people forget when they get all pissed off that the Hawks are going to get first overall again. It's because we have the first overall magnet.
Yeah,
and hey, we're not going to need it again for the next 3 years anyways. So it's like we'll just get the 2 and 5 years out of the way, and then we'll call it a day.
I like that they're not looking to bring anybody in though, just because it gives the team's very young, so it gives a lot of guys a lot more ice time. Then you'll really start to see who's gonna fucking start running away with it. Which, and it's speaking of going into the games.
It's a lot of sink or swim right now. And I still don't know if I like it as much, but it is what it is, and we'll see what happens. And there was 3 games played this week. In my mind, there was only 2 because Blackhawks did not show up on Wednesday. They were probably a little blackout Wednesday, a little start a little early for them.
Yeah, right.
Columbus just comes into this one on a 9-game losing streak, so it was written in the stars who was going to win this game.
Not only 9-game losing streak, but they had just sat Patty Line and dropped Kenton Johnson down to the AHL.
Who's fucking tearing it up down there.
15 points in 10 games.
It's ridiculous, including an awesome shootout goal.
I wonder if it's just they're just having bad luck, because it honestly feels like they probably just had bad puck luck because it all sprang back their way during this game. They had such good puck luck.
So that was a 4-game. So basically, with the Hawks losing this game, that was a 4-game streak of helping your opponent snap a losing streak. So
you're welcome.
Yeah. My one highlight of this one, because like I was telling you before we started recording, me, Nolly, and my brother were indoor golfing, and every time I looked up at the screen, goddamn Blue Jackets scored. So I stopped paying attention. But I did see my highlight, Connor Bedard fucking wrist shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's pretty
10th
nasty.
goal of the season. 10th goal of the season.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Let's go. You were defending Mrazek a little bit in this one.
Well, there are some goals that were just terrible bounces, or he got a lot of it and it still squeaked through. Both Boone Jenner goals were just, it went off of him and in. He just wasn't getting. He had the worst luck, is basically what I was saying. And I was it's not on tonight. He's not. It's not him. It's just yikes. Because the way he's played the entire season so far has been so on fire. And then this one was just the most opposite you can get, which is great. Because you know what? Get an extremely cold game, just one really terrible fucking game out of the way and get back to where you are, rather than a streak of cold games. So I hope he gets back to some solid hockey next time he plays, which I'm upset that he didn't play against St. Louis, but after the showing that he had against Columbus and then Arvid fucking winning against Toronto, then you're kind of all right, well,
You got to ride
Let's
the hot
get
hand with that one.
yeah, which I mean,
We'll
he's
get to that one in a
okay.
second. Yeah, we'll get to that one in a second here. Yeah, so he only faced 7 or 18 shots in this one, stopped 13 of them, 7.22 save percentage. Arvidsson didn't do much better. I mean, 6 for 8, not saw a lot, 750 save percentage. I think he let in one of the first shots he saw too, didn't he?
Yeah, it was one of those games, man. Like everything was going in. The defense wasn't doing too hot because there's a lot of pucks just in the fucking slot, man. Like, so many pucks just in the slot. They were having tough time breaking out of the zone a lot of the times too. It was just like, Jesus, this looks not good. It was not a good game for anybody.
Yeah. Zach Rowinski, four assists for Columbus. Fantilli with an assist on Patrick Laine's goal. I bet you that goal fucking felt fantastic for him.
Yeah. Fantilli, yeah, that goal. That was a great pass too. I don't know.
It's so good. I look, man.
Reese Johnson got on the board. That made me happy. Jason Dickinson. It was just a preview of what was going to come next game.
Next game, let's just move into it because I got nothing else to say on this.
Yeah,
show.
It just kind of was. It wasn't a good one.
0 for 4 on that power play too. By the way, with
it's
the new
crazy because like they were like the Hawks didn't play well, but like it definitely should not have been 7-3. Man, like it was probably closer to like 4-3 at the most. Like I said, it seemed like they just got a lot of good puck luck.
I mean, the Hawks outshot him 36-26, 50-50 on the faceoff draw. I mean, hey.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty solid.
So then coming into Friday's game against Toronto, I was a little nervous. Did not think, the Hawks are ready to respond after getting their dicks kicked in. And then Toronto coming in fresh off of the games in Sweden, looking for a little bit of revenge after losing to the Hawks earlier in the season.
In Toronto.
In Toronto. And boy, Toronto came out fucking buzzing. I mean, First period outshot them 15-6. I think at one point it was like 15-3 in shots.
That makes sense.
It was ridiculous. Nate Robertson gets on the board first for them. Matt Stone,
that was a great pass by Domi for that goal too. It went like right over a couple of Hawk sticks. It was literally like 2-on-4 in the zone, and he made it through everybody, and Robertson had a pretty nice and easy goal there.
Jason Dickinson ties it up though, with a fucking beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. 1-1, 2 goals, 2 games. How you doing, kid? Let's go. Then it was all Toronto for the second period. 17 seconds in, Yarncrook scores.
A minute 17.
Sorry. To scores to make it 2-1. And then a couple minutes later, you let Reeves Johnson. Wow, Jesus Christ! Ryan Reeves get his first goal of the season. I think his first point is Toronto too.
Yeah, I don't think he's got an assist.
I know Leaf fans are kind of over him in this experience already. When you got him signed for a couple more years,
you get used to it.
So that makes it 3-1, and then about halfway through the period, Jason Dickinson gets his 5th of the season, 2nd of the game. Another beautiful wrist shot. Was unassisted, but there was some great work by who was it on his line? Was it Boris?
Is Boris on his line? It might be
Boris. That would nice little.
Oh shit! I'm getting the lines like jumbled up on the 3rd and 4th lines because I think the 3rd or either one. I think it's Kachuk with Reese and Donato. Or is it Donato with Dickinson?
Oh no, Joey Anderson. It was Joey Anderson. Joey Anderson was forechecking like unbelievable that game, and he was able to.
He was everywhere. He was on Toronto before we got him. So like, I'm sure he wants to play them pretty well.
But he didn't get an assist on that one. But he did get an assist on the first one.
He kind of caused like them to cough it up.
Yeah, and it led right to
Dickinson, Foligno, and Anderson is the one line.
Yeah.
And then Kachuk, Donato, and Reese Johnson's the other.
Yeah, Anderson was just huge with that. And then the third period starts 15 seconds in. Who do you think is going to tie it up for the Blackhawks? Oh, maybe Mr. First career hat trick, Jason Dickinson.
All of his goals, he shot short side too, which was hilarious to me. Like he squeezed them all short side. And I was like, buddy, there's so much net on the other side there. He's just like, nah, going fucking this little tiny sliver of an area.
Samsonov's not good.
No, he's not.
He's
and
not
that was
good.
my favorite part during our text chat. It's just, we were like, you guys bet on every game that day, and everybody took Toronto, and then Toronto comes out fire and scores one goal, and Nolly's just like, oh yeah, I'm not worried about the Hawks winning this one. I go, well, Samsonov's in that. He's like, good point.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
So then we go to overtime. Actually, probably one of the most entertaining overtimes in a minute.
I was losing it during that overtime. Oh my God, how exciting that was.
I thought Nylander won it.
I thought it went bar and then back bar and out.
That's what I thought too, but he hit almost every other bar but it.
He hit all the red ones.
A lot of back and forth action. Bedard controlling the play towards the end there. He was the one that took the shot that missed the net, right? Yeah. Misses the net, hits the glass, bounce off Samsonov, sitting there. And who comes in? Kevin Korchinski comes in, one hands, knocks it in.
Yeah,
Hawks
the
win.
one-hander like poke that like got it over the pad. And it's like, oof, it's good.
Hawks win it 4-3 in overtime. What a comeback.
Kurashev gets a point. Continues the streak.
Bedard gets another point. His amazing rookie season is just going off. I mean, this was a fun game, and it just made all of it I could think about watching it was like, God, I can't wait till this team is like consistently good, and that when you watch them, you know that they're in every single game.
Oh yeah, you know they're never out of it. It's
like this felt like
so
a classic like Cup era dynasty game. It's like, oh, we're down, don't worry about it, we got this.
Yeah. So these few games, those third and fourth lines, like you said, like Joey Anderson, just like really like you can see the energy he's bringing in that game. I'm telling you, man, like Boris Kachuk has been all over the place, and then he drives the play when they get the puck into the offensive zone. And I was like, damn, dude, he's looking really good. And I mentioned in our group chat, but like if they're gonna jumble the lines again, I wouldn't mind seeing Kachuk on the top line just because he's not afraid to get into the corners and he can handle the puck pretty decently. And I think that would be a great way of like keeping control down low for that top line with Bedard and maybe Kurashev or Reichel. And I don't know. I think it would be worth a shot at least.
Yeah. I mean, especially like we were just talking about this team being so many guys out now. It's like, why not? Like,
there's so much ice time to give, like pass around, really.
You're literally a season-long tryout right now to see where you belong in this organization. And
everybody has like 1 year left on their contract anyway. So it's like
exactly
our highest paid player on the offensive side right now is Tyler Johnson. And he's in the last year of his deal. Kurashev and Donato have another year, and then Bedard has 2, and that's it. Are you surprised that they haven't tried to work out a new contract for Reichel yet?
No. Bet the action on the ice with DraftKings Sportsbook. You know, DraftKings makes it super easy to bet on NHL action. Just looking at games tonight, you have the Vancouver Canucks, who are just on an absolute tear this season that nobody really saw coming. They are money line favorites at -162. You have the Edmonton Oilers, who are looking to get their season back on track, -185. And then you even got the Carolina Hurricanes, who are just big time favorites with -258. Those are just some of the odds that DraftKings offers you each and every night. Make sure you download the app now and use code THPN. New customers get $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on hockey. That's code THPN only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. The crown is yours. Bonus bet expire 168 hours after issuance. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of the Boot Hill Casino Resort. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 186 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/hockey for eligible and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gambling resources. NHL and the NHL Shield are registered trademarks with the NHL League. Copyright NHL 2023. All rights reserved. Halloween is over and it is now my favorite time of year. Christmas time is here. It may be too early to start decorating for the holidays, but it's never too early to start your holiday shopping. Why not take care of it now before the crowds and packed calendars make shopping a total nightmare? Especially when you can get some of the best deals of the season well before Black Friday. You can shop Raycon products right now and save up to 50% off because their early Black Friday sale is going on now. You heard me talk about Raycon products before. Raycon first made a name for themselves in the audio space with products like their everyday earbuds, known for delivering high quality, thoughtful features like a 32-hour battery life and a perfect in-ear fit for all day wearing and lasting comfort. And this past year, they expanded their entire business with the introduction of Raycon Home and Raycon Power Tech. Their 5-star reviewed Magic 180 cables allow you to charge iOS, micro USB, and Type-C devices 8 times faster with a 100-watt power delivery. Raycon is known for delivering high quality and thoughtful features at half the price of other premium tech brands. It's no wonder their products have racked up tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. To everyone, get in the holiday shopping spirit a bit early. Raycon is currently offering 20% off everything on their site with select products up to 50% off. So beat the crowds and save now. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on Raycon's early Black Friday sale. Hurry up now to buy raycon.com/THPN to get 20 to 50% off site wide. That's buyraycon.com/THPN to score up to 50% off Raycon products. Buyraycon.com/THPN. He's an RFA. He's an RFA.
Yeah, I guess, but like,
there's no rush for him.
You could probably be like, hey, how about like, you want to do like an 8-year deal, like 4.5?
And he would be dumb to take that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, come on, dude, you've only got like 4 points.
I'd rather them not offer him and talk to him until the end of the season than to give him some stupid offer and piss him off.
Yeah, he's got 4 points. I was right. It's just, that's my like NHL 24. Like, probably get you real cheap at 8 years right now.
Oh, I do it every time I start a new franchise. I go to all my like rookie guys and I give them 8-year deals at like 1.2 million or 3. I think I have Vlasic signed for 8 years at 1.5 million per my latest franchise. But what did you think about this one too, with it getting so, gritty and, after the whistle?
Passionate. It was a lot of passion. It was great. That's why I loved it. That's one of the things. That's what I was telling you. Like Kachuk, man, like he was fucking throwing the body. There was that one play where like Reeves is going after Seth Jones, like Domi's going after fucking Kachuk. I think it might have been somebody else, but like everybody didn't. Yeah, Reese, was it Reese? I think so. I thought it was that other defenseman. Forgot who it was that went to the box at that time and was getting at it with Reese.
It was Reeves and Seth Jones that got penalties.
Yeah, and then it was Reeves and let me pull up Toronto's team real quick. I'll be able to
Domi got away with murder there. Like, yeah, it was Reese Johnson.
Lagesson.
Yeah, we're thinking about the same thing, but it was like Domi was the reason why all that was going on over there. And Domi literally,
like, Domi hit Kachuk hit him back, and then like Reeves got onto some shit with Seth Jones on the half wall. And then Reese Johnson and that Lagesson guy were like tangled up. And then at some point, like Donato got knocked down, but then shit was everywhere.
But then Domi came back in and cross-checked Reese again
Oh
when he
yeah.
was down. And it was so funny when they're trying to figure out the penalties. You just see Domi over by the box. He's got his glove over his face. I'm like, it's not they can't see me. Like I'm not
It's like
gonna.
the fucking dog that when you walk home and or like walk inside your house and there's shit all over the floor, and you're like, "Did you do this?" And they're like,
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It,
Everything's
it
normal."
it was just nice to see like a Hawks team like able to get push and push back,
Yeah, it was.
which is
It's what you could see. I think Dickinson said in the post game, he was just like, we had like there was just a fire in them that game. Like you could see that there was a lot of playing with a lot of emotion and like it was great. Like I was like, yes, do this again. Do this against St. Louis. Like fucking get in people's faces, like shove them, fucking beat them down.
well with that win too. The Hawks snap a 5-game losing streak. Then they have Saturday off. Sunday they welcome
Season
the.
sweep of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Get out of here. We don't need you in this
Let's
town.
go. St. Louis comes to town. I did not get to watch this had to work. So Tanner, take it away on
It
this
was
one.
just kind of a disappointing game. After the Toronto game, man, I was like, yes, this will be such a good game to carry on. And that's the problem is that like that's the problem and the good thing with this team. They have a very short term memory, like a very good short term memory where they forget about their losses pretty quickly and move on to the next one. But then they also forget about their wins and what they did right and then move on to the next one. And just like, God damn, man, like what happened to like the emotion and like the passion of just like, get the fucking fire going because it didn't feel like it was there.
Yeah, I'm trying to
But they
figure
went back
out.
with Soderblom this game and he made some good saves. The Hawks just like it's another game that they just like didn't really show up to play at the beginning. Like they get down early and stay down.
Well, here, so kind of talking about like you coming off one thing and then disappointing the next game. But Nick Foligno talked after the game and he talked about the inexcusable start. He says disappointing. He goes, I didn't like our start. We talk about this. It's building winning habits in here and understanding what those are. I understand in the sports where a lot of cliches get thrown around like words, buzzwords, but there's a definition behind a lot of them and commitment behind it. And that's where they have to learn, or we have to learn here. It's just how you do it over and over again. And we talk about it. Sometimes it's not fun or exciting, but it's just how you win games in this league. And tonight we gave them those goals in a lot of ways, right? We're not over checks. We're not reloading. And then boom, boom, boom. They're back in the neck or in the back of the net. There's wow. Whoever typed this up. And then he just was sitting there saying is like your hair should be on fire with this whole year because can be a big part of building this and being a part of the future. There's no excuses to be playing the way that you do.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, that's a great leadership right there. And it's like, I'm really glad they have him in the locker room to kind of be
Yeah.
like, listen, you're doing great for this, but this is bullshit. Like you need to wake up and you have to get consistent.
Yeah, consistency would be nice. But like I mean, like I said, like you literally show all this fire and passion, emotion kind of play that you're doing against Toronto, and then all of a sudden, like you're playing one of your biggest rivals, and it's not there. And it's like, what happened? Like the guys were fired up. I don't know. Maybe it's just because Jason Dickinson scored a hattie, and like that's the whole reason they stayed in that game.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
like Arvid played well, but like where was everybody? Like Donato scored against St. Louis and then Kachuk scored. So like where's the top two lines? Because
Yeah,
they
I don't
didn't
know.
like Korchinski put the overtime goal away, but like that's because it's 3-on-3.
Yeah,
And
the top line. I
the
mean,
bottom lines aren't gonna be playing. So like those
yeah,
last two games, like they didn't really show up. I mean, even against Columbus, Bedard had a goal. Who else scored? Dickinson scored.
Johnson.
Was it Reese Johnson? Yeah, third and fourth lines.
But to be fair, just play devil's advocate here. Do we even have a top two line?
No, we have Bedard.
Yeah.
We
So
got
it's like,
Bedard, and then Reichel and Kurashev are good enough at the moment. And then the second line is like, please just don't get scored on. Maybe try and create offense. And it's the ex Tampa line.
so we have like
The
what, two,
Tyler
maybe
Johnson,
two.
Gutman, and Radish line.
We have 3 lines, and 2 of them are our third and fourth line. Maybe
Yeah.
2.5 lines, or
And
a line.
they got to fucking outwork everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, they dropped that one. Looking ahead this week, they got Seattle tomorrow or tonight. Detroit Thursday, Saturday they're in Winnipeg, and Sunday they're in Minnesota. We'll get a look at a new look John Hines Minnesota Wild team.
That's right.
Um
December.
Yeah, we're into December. World Juniors is coming up, and I can tell you one person you're not going to see at the World Juniors.
Connor Bedard.
Connor Bedard for sure. Kevin Korchinski will not be going. And Coach Kevin Dean had a good thing to say about that. He said he's pretty much gonna be sticking around with this team. Like, people keep asking, because I mean, he could still get sent back down to his minor league team or junior team whenever. Just because he played the 10 games doesn't mean he's not eligible to go back. But he was saying there's gonna be a lot of growing pains for sure, but I don't think he's gonna get much improvement elsewhere. He dominated the WHL last year, so if he went back, he would just come back with the same habits, and from a year from now, we're dealing with the same stuff. I'd rather get on it now. Hopefully by Christmas, New Year's, springtime, he's really starting to make progress with some of the things, and his game will reflect it. The next year, he'll come out of the gate ahead of all of his peers and really ready to grow his offensive game, which is where we're going to need him in this organization. So it's like, I mean, that's a good look into why it makes sense to keep him out here.
Yeah.
And kind of like what we've talked about, though. It's like, do you want to be a big
You're
fish?
so much more in control of his development.
Right. So it's like, hey,
the team doesn't need to have some replacement for him, on the top power play line. That's like, we better start scoring goals here because we're 31st in the league and we can't be sitting there. It's like, that's not the case. Like, get him the experience here. He's going to be playing with the guys he's going to be playing for a long time. So like, grow that kind of relationship too.
Yeah.
It would be completely pointless to put him in the dub.
Accept failure from this team, and you're going to have a much better experience witnessing. Like, does it suck that they're not doing well and all that? Yeah, of course.
Right. But it's a different kind of suck from last year. Last year was a tear down suck. Now it's a growing pains suck.
Yes.
Like, that's kind of what it is.
You got to suck before you get any better.
And then we can just be just like Ovi at the Stanley Cup celebration parade and say, we no fucking suck no more.
Right. 100%.
At the beginning of the year, I say, we no fucking suck.
Suck no more. All right,
that'd be great to have like Kurashev or somebody say that at like a Stanley Cup parade.
Dude, that would be unreal. Let's wrap up Hawks talk here with 3 stars.
Yes.
First star is obvious. We'll jump out of that, get in front of that one. Jason Dickinson, first star of the week.
Yeah.
4 goals, 2 games. How are you now?
Right.
Who else do you got here?
Oh, I mean, I would throw Wyatt Kaiser out there. He gets 2 assists plus 2, 16, almost 16 and a half minutes time on ice.
You want to give him second or third?
It doesn't matter. Third. Go third.
Okay.
And then I would go like Donato too.
All right. Those are 3 stars of the week. All right,
or we can do Korchinski for the game winner.
Oh yeah, let's get a Korchinski. The kid
Korchinski number 2, yeah. Also, he was a +1. So how crazy is this? I don't know if you saw this. Not Korchinski, sorry. Kaiser was a plus during that Columbus game.
Man, he's underrated. I don't think he gets enough credit.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's pretty fucking solid. It's just he doesn't show up on the score sheet, but he's playing penalty kill and he's doing well. Him and Isaac Phillips have been a pretty great pair. I mean, in the perspective of them being like rookies, like they've done pretty well and like held their own. I mean, they fucking both assisted on Jason Dickinson's first goal, or was that the Donato goal? I think it was Donato. It was the Donato goal against St. Louis. So
Yeah.
they combined for the assists there, but Kaiser was a +2 in Columbus.
He is going to be, I mean, I feel like every good Hawks team has a defenseman who just doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, that flies under the radar a bit, but like it's solid. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Kaiser is a good fit for that role.
Yeah.
At least right now. At least for now. All right, let's go to NHL Talk.
I'm checking the penalty kill just for my own well-being.
Do it. So NHL Talk here. Ovechkin came out with a very interesting statement this past week. Feels like he's not, really feeling the love anymore from NHL fans. He said, "We saved the league. Now they come in, and I guess we're old news, but we saved it. It's up to those guys to come in and prove me wrong that we're not the best. We saved the NHL." Do you think Ovechkin thinks he saved the NHL based on how many times he said it?
Yeah. I think he means it.
He's also referring to him and Crosby when he says we.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
And
it'd be more entertaining if he just meant Malkin because they're both Russian.
Right. Oh god. But I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not. Absolutely not.
He essentially, the whole thing, it's like so-and-so crawled so-and-so can run.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Ovechkin and Crosby crawled so that McDavid and Matthews could run.
And like, yeah, and it's like this next generation. It's like they brought the fans back, I feel like.
Well, I mean, when they started, fucking hockey games were on what, Versus? Or was it still like the Outdoor Network?
It was the Outdoor Network.
Yeah, man. Like, and then they brought the fucking hype. They faced off against each other. I don't know how many times early in their career in the playoffs, and just matching hat tricks in a fucking Stanley Cup playoff game was insane.
Absolutely insane.
And it completely changed like the trajectory of where the fucking NHL was going.
It took hockey from the
Outdoor Network.
Yeah, but like
NBC
from like the just beat the shit out of everybody, hook and hack and all that, to oh man, these players are good. Like offensively, they can score amazing goals. You got Ovechkin
are chasing history.
Bag. Yeah, it's like they were like the birth of this next generation of hockey player. I mean, Ovechkin still is like the perfect examples of the old and new game, where Crosby's more like what the game is turning into. But it's like they definitely,
besides the fact that Crosby had over 100 penalty minutes in his rookie year.
Yeah, that's insane to me. That is so
over 100 points and 100 pims rookie season.
Good for him. He was probably playing like 30 minutes a game too. So, but yeah, it's like it's hard not to agree with him, but it's like I also, the only thing I disagree with him about, it's like what is he upset about? Like where is he not?
I think he wants to be in the limelight a little bit longer. And it's just get closer to the fucking record. You'll be on TV every night. Like
he realizes he's gonna be everybody talks about for the next like 3 years, because like right now he's on pace to break Gretzky end of next year or earlier the following season.
Yeah, I think it's more of just people being like McDavid's the best player ever, and it's like, all right, he's really fucking good. Like he's really great at the moment right now, but like everybody's really forgetting about how fucking great Crosby was. Like peak Crosby before concussions was insane.
We've said that before too. It's insane to have a career that Crosby has and still have him go down as one of the biggest what ifs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's insane.
He missed
Like,
a season and a half with concussion symptoms, came back and immediately scored.
the amount of people that what they would give to have half of the career that Crosby's had so far.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, yeah, man, it should have been so much better. It's like,
that's
shit.
That's like Ovechkin's amazing. Him and Crosby are still almost tied in points, and Crosby missed a season and a half. Like, that's incredible. Like, Ovechkin is so good. Crosby missed a year and a half and still has just as many points. Like, that's not, and he came back after concussion problems. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Ovechkin is going to go down as the greatest pure goal scorer.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean,
Yep.
Austin Matthews, I think, has a chance to rival him. I don't know if he's gonna do it. I think Bedard can grow into it if he continues to develop. I mean, I know it's only 18 games into his career, but it's like based on the hype,
he's on the list
the
of
sample
like,
size. Yeah.
In this many games in his career, he's got this many goals. He ranks this high on the list, and it's like just behind one.
He's all producing Matthews right now at this time in his rookie season too.
Yeah,
interesting, but yeah, I don't know. It's just Ovechkin, you and Sid saved the NHL. I think if it wasn't for those two, this league, I don't know if the league would fold, but it definitely wouldn't be where it's at now.
Oh, it wouldn't have folded. Absolutely not. It would have taken a lot longer to get where we were at.
Yeah. That being said, you jump started building it up to now.
Do we have the quality of players that we have now, if not for Crosby and Ovechkin? Because those kids all grew up watching him.
It's definitely helped.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd
still have players like Patrick Kane, because like his game's not modeled after those two, but
yeah, because I
think they definitely have a lot of influence on the guys currently in the show.
I think they have a lot of influence on guys currently in the show, but I think when you're talking about players for the future, like to bring the talent that they do, you're looking at more guys from like the Kane era.
Yeah, but Connor Bedard's favorite player growing up was Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, that's true.
Did we have Connor Bedard if Crosby wasn't as hype as he was?
I think so. I think Connor Bedard wanted to play hockey, and
he did, but he modeled his game after Sidney Crosby.
It's fair. Good question.
Like, does he work as hard because Sid showed that dedication?
Well, I mean, he's programmed to train that hard because he's a robot. So yes, he would.
The program it says. I wrote the script.
In the manual on page 4, it says, do this no matter, like, this is how he's programmed. So, yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. That's an interesting take too. I didn't even really think about it that way either. Right. But yeah, those guys.
I think he's right in a lot of the ways. I think he's just pissed because like, it's a lot of people being like, McDavid's way better than them. It's like, I mean, he's putting up a lot of points right now, but he also wasn't facing off against some of the guys that they had to face early in their careers too, right? Like,
that's true.
The rules have changed slightly, like since then. A lot more protection of like the guys like in their heads and stuff like that too. It's like guys were still trying it, like the time that Crosby and Ovechkin entered the league, like guys were still trying to take your head off at that point.
It was still you're still in that transition period between the clutch and grab era, or what they call
there was plenty of enforcers still at that time. You know, like
they haven't been. Yeah, they weren't seated out.
I mean,
yet.
Brian Campbell lays out RJ Umberger. Get off the tracks.
God, I literally thought we saw a murder on live TV that day.
That's the kind of NHL it was. You get that a little bit now, but like, god damn, Brian Campbell was not known for hitting.
You get that now, and there's a fucking line brawl. Like, yeah,
you get Jacob Trouba to just fucking he's laying some bodies out.
How the hell did Trouba only get a $5,000 fine for that?
Oh, I don't know. It's weird. I think stick to the helmet. Little love tap.
Full on swing too. Jesus. Last thing I have on my list is we talked about it last week. It was just confirmed before we started recording. The NHL All-Star Draft is back, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It'll be the Thursday before the All-Star game, which I believe is February 1st. There will be 4 teams, 4 captains who will select their teams with the help of celebrity co-captains. Following that, there will be a alumni player of the year or award member of the year type of award. They're going to be honoring the 1967 Toronto Maple Leafs with that. And then following that will be a 3-on-3 PWHL event. So it's like they're going to be doing some cool stuff with that. We were talking beforehand. The only thing that this is going to change for me is that I will watch the draft, and then that will probably be it.
Yeah.
I have zero interest in All-Star Weekend.
I mean, I enjoy watching it. I'll probably watch it with my son. I think that's the cool part about it now, right? Like I have my son to like watch with me.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like the All-Star Weekend is usually tailored towards the younger audience because it's very much more like fun and like, oh, like look at all the good times. And like you get to see the players like actual faces like at the skills competition, like see some of their personality.
Skills is fun too. Yeah, that's true. I like the skills. They're in Toronto, so I don't know what they're gonna do for like specialty events.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be fun. I got nothing else. You got anything?
There was that one, I don't know if you saw this, but like the one story that came out of so the old Calgary Flames assistant general manager had passed away, right? His name was Chris Snow. And he had this is what I was a little confused because he was part of the Flames, but they brought his family out to a Colorado Avalanche game, and his son got to read like the starting lineup for the guys in the locker room. They were given like Makar jerseys. I don't know the reasoning behind why it was specifically Colorado that did this for him, other than the fact that Chris Snow was the one that announced the award for Cale Makar when he won the Norris.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So I don't know if that was the reason why they brought their family out, or maybe it was Makar's idea to do that too. But I thought that was a really cool one. So there's some Instagram posts on that, and I just like looked into it and I was like, yeah, it was just a really cool, like love it when the hockey community does something like that. Like that's the Avalanche bringing like their like his family out. I thought was just so awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh man, that's tough. I feel for that family.
I was trying to see like I don't know the reasoning behind Colorado specifically bringing them out when he was an assistant general manager for the Flames.
Did he ever play?
I don't think so, because I was mixing him because there was a goalie that had the same last name, but I don't think it was him. I think he was just an executive. Because the Flames were playing Colorado. That's why.
Yeah, the Avalanche told us they wanted to honor Chris at tonight's game against the Flames in Denver. We were so grateful when they asked us if we could be on their guest or we could be their guest. And then it's like, well, you could tell the answer by their two faces. And it's just the two kids like thrilled with the Makar jerseys. And
yeah, I wonder. I'm assuming maybe his son just really likes Cale Makar. But it's really cool. I thought it was really awesome.
It's like hockey's got a really bad rap with a lot of stuff, but the best thing about it is like at the end of the day, I think they're one of the best communities among the major 4 sports. It's like, it's like once you're part of the hockey family, it's like you were always a hockey family, like it's
unreal. The goalie I was thinking of is Garth Snow.
Jeez.
That's right. I was like, I couldn't think of his fucking first name, man.
So
there it is. I think that's it.
All right.
That's all for this week. Next week, stay tuned for the thrilling conclusion of the Corey Perry story.
Yeah, who knows? God damn. Episode 253. What do you want to call it?
It's just, I mean, is it got to be Corey Perry something? Like Corey Perry, the mystery continues. The mystery of Corey Perry. Was he ever really here?
The Perry mysteries.
Yeah. Oh, the Perry Files.
Oh, I like that. All right. Make sure to check us out on all your favorite podcast feeds, YouTube, WCB Podcast on social media, DraftKings promo code THPN, 15% off Raycons with promo code THPN. Holiday season, get some headphones, nice cheap gift for somebody. Who knows? 15% off. There's some great headphones. But yeah, other than that, we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.